Hey y'all, it's your girl Ashley Camille here at Fifth House Bloom. This message is for Aries. Aries placements for the week of March 11th through March 17th. This is a general message, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. At this time, I'd like to welcome forth the elevated guides who can assist me in delivering the message to Aries. May you open up our ears so that we may hear the truth of liberation. May you open up our minds so that we may bloom. May you open up our hearts so that we may embrace our divinity. I ask for support in delivering this message with clarity and ease. Give thanks. So, Aries, they had me change my tarot deck for your reading in particular. I believe this is the Sacred Sisterhood, but I'll make a note of it. So pay attention to the imagery. Normally when I get a call, because this is not a deck that I use a lot. So normally when I feel I need to switch up the deck, the imagery or, the energy of the deck is pretty significant. But we are still going to start with our oracle cards to get an overall feel. Okay, what is the focus? What is the focus for March 11th through the 17th? Is this it? We have wisdom. I'll check in. Wisdom. Sensuality. Wisdom and sensuality. Intrusion at the bottom. I think Cancer has sensuality too. So if you have any placements in Cancer, I'd recommend checking out that video. But give me a second. So many of all of the messages that I have recorded so far have had this have been concerned with boundaries, barriers, and essentially what is in place, what needs to be in place for our protection. That's not the case, so I won't go into that. Right now, for you, being pulled by too many things in too many different directions with a sense of entitlement. There are people or certain situations that feel entitled to your energy, entitled to your time. But you belong to you. You belong to you. And there is a need for your boundaries, for your barriers. There is a need for protection. Because what I'm being called to is the imagery here. This space around, whereas this is just accessible, right? And then it's just so many things coming into it where the focus is on guarding, the focus is on protection to the point that you cannot be present, right? That you cannot be present with yourself. You cannot concentrate on yourself. You cannot focus on yourself. Too much is going out because there's too many things grabbing at you. So for some, this might just be like a paying attention to the output of energy. Do you have too many things on your plate? For others, this is I got in over my head. I've been doing way more. I need to reel that back. For others, this is just simply people feeling entitled to you. They have some sort of expectations that you all didn't set together. They expect some type of commitment that they are just placing on you without your participation. Now this could be person, but this could be thing as well, right? That could be at work and they throwing shit on you that's outside of your job role and your job description last minute because you're just supposed to do it. That's the vibe. That's the feeling of this intrusion energy. It is a crossing of boundaries. It is it's inconsiderate. It's inconsiderate as fuck. But what's the sensuality got to do with it? Give me a second. So it's just a guide, right? Here it is, just like the focus on kind of like getting back to you. It's what you need to inform the barriers or the boundaries or the new limits that you set, so that you have more of yourself available to you. And so right now it might even be, you might be in a place of such an overwhelm that you can't even really sit in your energy, right? This could be mind, this could be body, right? Like you're missing your hunger cues, you're not sleeping enough hours, but you're still going. And so this emphasis, or mind racing so much that all of your thoughts are consumed with creating scenarios, projecting into the future. It's like a lack of presence, a lack of awareness of your current state and how everything is. And so the sensuality is your guide of kind of getting back into that place of the focus on you. Bottom of the deck, 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. In the traditional tarot, this is the High Priestess. 4 of Cups. All right, give me a second. Yeah, I mean, well, I can already kind of feel like you know what this is. So don't block the information. You're not tripping, essentially. You're not tripping. So this might be expectations, or this might be situations where whoever or whatever is trying to tell you that you're tripping, is trying to tell you that you're wrong, is trying to tell you that it should look like this and you should be doing that. Trying to have you in this position so that they can get whatever the fuck they want. And that is not the case. You know, that feeling of something being off, that feeling like it's not a misdirection. It's actually leading you to where you need to be. So it's about reconnecting with that internal system of knowing and following that, using your sensuality. And I mean, like, quite literally, almost like your senses, like using the information in order to inform you. And what's so interesting is like to come into a balance, because it's too much being drawn from you to feel up and feel into everyone else, right? That it's got you operating at more of a deficit. It's like trying to take, we have 2 cups. And this one is drawing all the water out of this so it can fill their cup while yours is left empty, right? And so this is about, by getting back in touch and creating that space for you to be reconnected with your internal knowledge system, that you can be like, yeah, no, you got me fucked up. And you can see the areas where, and start to create the space in between, or to change, to create the shift. This might not be like you have to eliminate, but it might be like, okay, we have to create these barriers. So if you're still going to be operating with this person, place, or thing, so that your cup is not continuing to be drained, and that you can begin the process of replenishing. All right, Aries, that's the message.